Hi everyone, this is Mandy from Henshaw Chiropractic Health and Wellness Center. Thanks for joining me for yoga today. If you would, start on your back, preferably with your knees bent. If you need extra support under your back, feel free to grab a blanket or a towel. Place one hand on your lower belly and the other hand on your lower ribs. Draw your belly button in towards your spine, and then draw those front ribs in and down, pressing your back ribs into your mat. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand out on the sides and in your back. Keep the low belly pulled in, keep those front ribs pulled in. Each inhale, feel that rib cage expand. Each exhale, it comes back in. Recheck, your belly button's still in. Side ribs extending out to the left and to the right. Little to no movement in your neck, your shoulders, and up high in your chest. Return to regular breathing. Draw one knee at a time into your chest and give yourself a hug. You can grab onto your shins or behind your thighs. Feel free to rock side to side. Draw your belly button in, press your back ribs down. Keep your front ribs pulled in. As you begin to draw your knees up away from your body, find your sweet spot. How far up can you take your knees while keeping your belly button in and your back ribs down? Once you find your sweet spot, on an inhale, tap one heel down. Exhale, bring it back up. Other side on an inhale down, exhale back up. Continue that motion. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. If you find you have a lot of tension up here in your neck, if you find you can't keep those ribs down, you're welcome to take your fingers and place them behind your head and lift your head and your shoulders up 1/2 inch is all, straight up to the sky. One more on each side. And then when you're done, bring your knees into your chest and give yourself another hug. Arms back down by your side. Engage your core, belly and back ribs down, bring your knees up. Second set, this time you can do the same thing that we just did, doing one leg at a time. Or if you prefer, you can lower both legs at the same time and then come back up. Once again, inhaling as they go down, exhaling as they come up. Keep your belly button in, ribs down. If you need to, you can lift your head and shoulders. Just 1/2 inch is all. Just enough to allow you to feel that crunch even more. Always take a break when you need it, or if you need to make it a little bit easier, you can bring your knees in closer to your body, and you don't need to take your feet all the way down. Last one. And relax down. Bring your knees into your chest for a hug. Nice job. All right, let's warm up the back of your legs. Take your right foot down to the mat. Bring your left thigh into your chest. Clasp your hands behind your left thigh. Use your arms to keep your thigh in as close to your chest as you can. On an exhale, straighten your leg. And just straighten it as much as you can. You might still have a bend in your knee, and that's okay as long as this leg stays in close. You don't want it to pull away. Bend it. Straighten it on your exhales. Bend it on your inhales. Flex your foot. Spread your toes. On this last one, I'd like you to hold it. Continue to breathe. Long exhales. After you finish your next exhale, lower your foot down to the ground. Bring your right knee into your chest. Clasp your hands behind your thigh. Flex your foot, spread your toes. On an exhale, straighten your leg as much as you can. Use your arms to keep the leg in tight and let it bend. Exhales, it straightens. Inhales, it bends. On your next one, keep your legs straight as you can. Hold it there. Big exhales. At the end of your next exhale, release your foot back down to the mat. Figure 4. Take your lower left leg, cross it over your right thigh. Drop both knees into your chest. Clasp your hands behind your right thigh. Point both feet. So point your feet and then pull back your toes. Use your muscles to open your left knee away from your body as much as you can. And then once you're here, feel free to rock your hips a little bit side to side. Now your torso, keep your back down. And just rocking your knees back and forth, feeling what you feel here in the back of your hip. And then find your sweet spot. Where do you feel the best stretch? And then once you find that, hold there and breathe, particularly large exhales. Bring your knees back to center. Keep the cross. Slowly lower just the right foot. Open your arms out to the left and to the right. Let's turn this into a twist. Lift your hips up and shift them to the left 2 inches. Straighten your right leg. And then twist, coming over the right side of your body. Keep your belly button drawn in. Ground down with your arms and legs and use your core to pull yourself back to center. Unwind your feet, bend your knees, straighten out your spine. Figure 4, other side. Lower right leg on top of your left thigh. Bring your knees into your chest, clasp your hands behind your left leg. Point both feet and then pull back just your toes. Use your muscles to draw your right knee away from your body as much as you can. And then rock your knees a little side to side and find your sweet spot. Where do you feel the best stretch? In the back of your right hip. Hang out there, big exhales. Turn this into a twist. Lower your left foot, open your arms out to the left and to the right. Shift your hips to the right 2 inches and twist over the left side of your body. Belly button stays drawn in slightly. Breathe. Ground down with your limbs. Draw your core in and use your core to bring yourself back up to center. Undo your legs, straighten out your spine. And then bring your knees in for one last hug. Coming into tabletop, you have a few options. Number one is to just roll over onto one side and press yourself up. Another option is to rock your body forward and back. And then when you're ready, coming all the way up, crisscross your legs, come up onto all fours. And then either way, adjust yourself on your mat so that you are in tabletop position. Find a few cat-cows. As you exhale, draw your belly button up towards the sky. Let your tail come down, let your heart come down. Other direction, let your belly come down, tail come up, heart come up. Back and forth between those two. Feel free to make it your own. Sometimes I like to wiggle side to side. Or make circles with my hips. It's just really what feels good to you and helps wake up your spine. Keep your neck nice and long and in neutral position. Just a little bit of curve in your neck throughout whatever movement you choose. And then find a neutral spine. Ground down with your hands, your feet, your knees. Draw your belly button in, front ribs in. Nice neutral shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to draw your left leg straight behind you. Tuck your toes under, reach your heel away, feeling a stretch. If you like, bring that left leg up off the ground. Hold, breathe, recheck your core. If you want, you can bring your right arm up by your ear. Slowly come on back to center. Take your left hand, turn it upside down, palms out, fingers pointing towards your knees, and put just enough weight into your hand that you feel a stretch on the outside of your wrist, not too much. All right, flip your hand back over. Let's set up for the other side. Belly button in, front ribs in, nice neutral shoulder blades, long neutral neck. Take your right leg back, straight behind you, tuck those toes under, reach your heel away, feeling a stretch in your calf, in your ankle. And if and when you're ready, lift your right leg up. Feel free to add the opposite arm. Come back to table. From here, tuck your toes under and sit back on your heels. You should feel a nice stretch underneath your feet. While you're there, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. If this is too much on your feet, you can always lower them down and have a seat. If this doesn't work for you, you can come up onto your knees. Relax your shoulders down. Make circles with your head. When you come to the back side, lengthen your neck like you're reaching your head up rather than just dropping it back. If you feel a lot of crunching, popping, discomfort, Make your circle smaller. Take it the other way. And back to center. Come up onto your knees. Clasp your hands and make figure eights. Now I'm just going to turn so you can see me a bit better. Take it the other way. And shake it out. Back up. Bring your right leg in front of you. Low lunge. Draw your body forward. Place your hands down. This is a great place to use blocks if you need them. At any height, whatever height you need, so that you can keep your core engaged. Breathe. Check that your front knee is coming out over your little toes and not drawing in across your body. Keeping your inside hand down, take your right hand on your hip. On your inhale, lengthen your spine towards me as much as you can, and then twist your body to the right. You're twisting from your belly button up, so your hips aren't gonna move, hips aren't gonna shift. And in fact, if you want, you can draw your right hip back just a tiny bit. That can help keep them in better alignment. Use your inhales to lengthen your spine a little bit more. Use those exhales to see if you can start to twist a bit deeper. Take the twisting slow. No need to just twist as much as you can right away. Use your breath to take your time. All right, come on back to center. Take your other hand and put it on the inside of your foot. Left hand now on your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, twist now to the left. Draw your shoulder down away from your ear. Again, using your breath, inhales, lengthen, exhales. See if you can twist a little bit more. All right, good. Come on back to center. Draw your body up. Front knee, bring it back. Your left leg now, bring it forward. Draw your hips forward, bring your hands down on either side of your foot. Once again, you can use those blocks. Check to make sure your knee is over your ankle and your knee is pointing out over your little toes. Breathe. Keeping your right hand down on the block or the floor. Other hand coming onto your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, twist to your left. Use each inhale to lengthen a little bit more. Each exhale, maybe you twist a little bit more. All right, come on back to center. Switch hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, twist. Back to center. Hands on either side of your foot. Draw your body up. Bring your knee back. Come back onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. Press your hips up and back, finding a down dog. If you need to, feel free to pedal out one leg at a time. You can always wiggle your hips or twist your body. Anything that feels good to you right now. Sometimes I like a deep squat or high on my toes. And then when you're ready, settle on into your downward dog. Feel that your hands are grounding down into your mat, lifting under the palm. On your next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. You feel free to go with your own breath. You don't always have to follow me. Anytime you need a break, you take a break. Next time you come forward to plank, you have the option to hold your plank. You can stay on your toes, or at any point you're welcome to come down to your knees. Hold it. If you like, add a few push-ups. You can come down far, you can just come down an inch or two, whatever works for you. Notice your elbows. See if you can get them to go straight back. Next time your arms are straight, tuck your toes back under and take it back to down dog. Draw your left leg back up behind you, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Do your best to keep your shoulders and your chest parallel with the ground. Bring your hips back to level. Swing your leg through and plant your foot just behind your left hand for a low lunge. Turn this way so you can see me a bit better. Okay. Breathe. Ground down with your feet. Come on up, high lunge. Notice your front knee. Have it coming straight out towards your little toes, not coming in. Core nice and engaged. Arms can be up, or you can always take them out here into go post arms if that's better for your upper back. Drawing your shoulder blades together. Legs are drawing in towards one another from the right and left, but also from the front and the back. Bring your hands through heart center, down onto your mat, and step it back, down dog. Bring your right leg back up behind you, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Bring your hips back to level, swing your leg through, plant it behind your hand. Adjust your feet as necessary. Ground down with your feet. Slowly come on up. High lunge. Once again, recheck your belly button's in. Front ribs are pulling in. Arms can be in goalpost. You want to draw your shoulder blades together. Think about your legs isometrically sucking towards one another and your feet drawing towards one another. Knee is pointing out over your little toes. If you're not sure, just take a quick peek. Hands through heart center. Bring them down. Step it back, down dog. Switching sides, bring your leg back up behind you, three-legged dog. Swing it through. When you feel stable, come on up to a high lunge. Turn this into a warrior three. Hands can stay up or they can always come to heart center. Bring your weight forward, hip hinge. Put your weight more on that front leg. If you need to, walk your back foot up halfway. Otherwise, it just floats right up. As your body comes forward, your leg is going to come up. Might need to lower your right hip a little bit to keep your hips level. Nice long neck. Draw your shoulder blades together. Slowly come on back. High lunge. Hands to heart center, take it down. Step back, down dog. Other leg back up behind you, three-legged dog. Swing it through. Nice, strong, engaged feet. When you're ready, come on up, high lunge. If you need to adjust your feet, go ahead. Boop. You can always check your knee. Make sure it's out over those little toes. When you're ready, turn this into warrior three. Once again, hands can stay up or they can come to heart center, whichever you prefer. They can also come back. Lean forward, get your weight on that front leg, find your warrior three. You might need to lower your left hip a tiny bit. When you're ready, take it back to your high lunge. Woo. Hands to heart center, step it back, down dog. Lower your knees and find a child's pose. Slowly come on up from your child's pose. Lower your hips to one side, swing your legs around. Come onto your back for bridge. Hands down by your side. Walk your shoulder blades together and down slightly, creating a bit of a pillow underneath your upper back. Feet are hip distance apart, ankles underneath your knees. All right. Lengthen out your low back. On an inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Exhale, take them back down. On your inhales, use your glutes to bring you up. Exhales, bring your back ribs down first. Tailbone down last, landing in a neutral spine. Inhales coming up. Exhales coming down. Continue this motion. Next time you lift up into your bridge, if you like, feel free to hold it. Option to walk your hands closer together. You might even clasp your hands. Might draw your shoulder blades closer together. Check that your knees are coming straight out from your hips, that they're not coming together and that they're not splaying apart. Slowly come on out of it. Take a few breaths. We're going to move into a second set. Where you walk your shoulder blades together and down if you need to. Ground down with your feet. This time, you can do the same thing we did before, or you have the option to do one leg. Either way, lift your hips up first. Use those glutes. And if you want to do one leg, straighten your left leg. Thighs parallel, so thighs right next to one another. Now lower and lift. Lower and lift. Still, when you come down, get the back ribs down first. Relax your neck and your shoulders. So next time you lift, if you want, you can hold it. And relax down. Other side, lift your hips up. Straighten your right leg this time, thighs parallel. Take your hips down and up, down and up. If you need a little bit more, don't let your hips rest in between. Just let your hips barely touch the ground and they pop back up. Next time your hips come up, leave them there and hold. Slowly come on down. Good. Bring your knees into your chest for a hug, or you can take a happy baby, grabbing onto your feet. Settle in for your final Shavasana. If you have a wall near you, it's great to do legs up the wall, if you know what that is. You can also come into what we did at the beginning with the knees bent. I like to take my feet out, away from each other a little bit, so my knees can come in and rest together, but it's totally up to you. Arms down by your side. I like palms up, and I like to have them out in a bit of a V shape, but you need to pick whatever's comfortable for you. Once you're there, close your eyes. Focus on your breath for a couple of minutes. Notice where you might be holding some tension, maybe where your body feels tight or tired. Everybody has a lot of stress right now, so maybe you can notice where you're holding your stress. And use your exhales to relax whatever area or areas that might be. Make your exhales as big as you can. Use your exhales to make those tense parts of your body feel like they're melting. If you are happy here, feel free to stay. I'm going to slowly make my way up to a seat for those that want to join me. And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining me for yoga today. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.